Good morning. I want to thank Sam for starting with the nearness of you and ending with on the street where you live. Wow. Woo! I'm going to try to come back here. Okay, all right. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the First Universalist Church of Yarmouth. My name is Larissa Sellers. I'm a worship assistant on our worship council, and I'm glad to be greeting you this morning. A warm welcome to all of you gathered here who came in from the rain and have gathered here in our sanctuary, as well as all of our friends who are joining us on Zoom. At First Universalist, our mission is to explore our faith, embrace this community, and engage the world as spiritual seekers. May we take these words to heart. If this is your first time to our congregation, welcome. We invite you to fill out a connection card, which is located in the front of you in your pew, and that way, come fall, we can connect you with programs here that interest you. You can drop this in the offering plate when it is passed later in our service. For those of you who have young children, nursery care is available during our service for babies and toddlers, and our nursery service is located out that side door and down the hallway to the left. Before we begin our service, I have 3 announcements. First, directly following our service this morning, we will have our annual meeting here in the sanctuary. During this time, members will vote on the board slate, budget, and bylaws, and we will learn more about plans for the church year ahead. Equally important, following the annual meeting, as I mentioned last time, there will be cake for everyone downstairs in the gathering room. That's right, cake for everyone. So please join us after the annual meeting, and we will have cake and our time for friendship and fellowship downstairs. There will be cake. Joanna wants to know if there will be cake, and there will be cake. I don't know what kind, Joanna, but there will be cake, okay? Secondly, next Sunday is our final service of this church year. We will be off for the remainder of June through the month of July. In August, our church programming will start up again, beginning with our simple Sunday services each week at 9:30. So we look forward to seeing you then. Those services will be a half an hour in length, but they'll be right here at 9:30, the 4 Sundays in August. Lastly, I'd like to draw your attention especially to an announcement in your order of worship about accessible parking at the Clam Fest. First U is the only church. We provide the only parking for people with physical disabilities who need accessible parking spaces during the Clam Festival. So we seek teams of 2 for short shifts who would like to just be a friendly face and guide. We collect $10 per car. It's very easy. As noted in the order of worship, you don't have to operate a fryer to fry clams. You don't have to do a refrigerator. And you can see Marge, who has a bulletin board with a sign-up sheet for 2-hour shifts. So it's simple duty during the Clam Fest. Let's see, I think that's all of the announcements. So now, I invite you to take a deep breath and stretch. As we settle into our time together. Our music director, Sam Chandler, will lead us into worship.
Thanks, Sam. Are there any surfers in the house? One? We got one in the back. That's cool. Good morning, everyone. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm Reverend Hillary. I serve as the minister here, and it's with peace and friendship that I say, whoever you are, wherever you're from, whomever you love, whatever it is you have done, you are welcome here. And we're so glad that you too are here in peace and friendship with us this morning. Friends, welcome to our penultimate service of the church year, the second to the last one. That is wild. Where does the time go? I remember just yesterday we were doing sand communion up here. I can't even believe it. Today, on Annual Meeting Sunday, we will hold this sacred space and time for reflection. Reflection on all that happened this past church year, to us as a whole, to us as people in relationship with other beings, and to us personally. We call this worship today a Milestones and Transitions service. And later on in this hour, we'll have a time devoted to looking back and seeing what arises in our memories and our bodies and our senses when we reflect on what we loved this year and what we longed for, what broke our hearts this year and what put them back together, what lifted our spirits and our eyes and our voices, and what breezes guided us and continue to guide us on our way today. Practices of reflection such as this often inspire in us an attitude of acceptance, of letting go or letting in, of just holding what has been and what currently is. And it is from this viewpoint of acceptance that I offer our words of invocation this morning, a poem by Danusha Lemaris, Californian poet laureate and founder of a program called Poetry for Resilience. I share her poem, Let Rain Be Rain. Let rain be rain. Let wind be wind. Let the small stone be the small stone. May the bird rest on its branch, the beetle in its burrow. May the pine tree lay down its needles, the rock rose its petals. It's early or it's late. The answers to our questions lie hidden in an acorn, an oyster, the seagull's speckled egg. We've come this far already. Why not let breath be breath, salt be salt? How faithful the tide that has carried us, that carries us now out to sea and back. Good morning, my faithful friends. We've come this far already, so why not turn to our neighbors now, greet them, ask them how they are. And will you rise, my friends, and join me now in singing our opening hymn, number 305, De Colores. Sam wants to do the Spanish verse, so we're going to do the Spanish verse, and then we'll do verses 1 and 2. Do your best.
yes, the colors we see in the springtime with all of its flowers. All the colors when the sunlight shines out through a rift in the cloud and it showers. All the colors as a rainbow appears and the storm cloud is touched by the sun. All the colors that bound for the whole world, everyone under the sun. All the colors, yes, the colors of people parading on by with their banners. All colors, yes, the colors of planets and streamers and blooms and bandanas. All the colors, yes, the colors of people taking their place in the sun.
Good job, everybody. Will you stay risen and join me in the words of our unison affirmation? They're in your order of service. We are united in seeking to increase love with justice and to constitute a free church open to all people. Mindful of our past and drawing upon modern knowledge, we respond to the spiritual needs of persons and are devoted to the common good in community, nation, and world. We cherish the integrity of each individual and search for truth with reason as our guide. We respect differences of opinion and strive to be a democratic community. We are concerned with this world and open to the future. Let it be so. You may be seated. And as we light our chalice this morning, I wanted to teach you all a little song I learned this week that has been stuck in my head for hours. It actually was in a dream I had last night. It's been so stuck in my head. Ready for this holy earworm. It goes, may I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. Okay, so we'll try that first verse. Sarah was trying to teach me choir conducting this morning in the printer room. I'm going to do my best, Sarah. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. Let's do it again. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. Next verse. Just one word changes. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. So instead of empty, full. Yeah. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. Let's do them both now. So, may I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. Full. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. Beautiful. So let's receive this light. Does anyone want to come down and help me light the chalice this morning? Anyone of any stage, any age? Good morning. Are you a princess? Oh my gosh. Your Majesty. All right, well. Oh, okay. Okay. I think, great. Perfect. Welcome to you both. Good to see you. All right, so here's how it goes. I'm going to light the chalice. We're going to be open or full to receive this light. And we're going to say we light our chalice in peace and friendship. And then I'm going to need you to blow out this match and make a wish. You all can make a wish too. Okay. All right. We light our chalice in peace and friendship. Make a wish. Oh, may all your wishes come true. Good to see you. Mac, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Wow, it's so strange to think that we're almost at the end of our church year. I always get sentimental at this time of the year.
Oh, that's touching, Mac. What makes you sentimental?
Well, sometimes when things come to an end or a break, I find myself reflecting back on the memories, like the milestones that we've met this year.
Yes, you're right, Mac. I do the same thing, and I bet so many of us have had milestones that we can look back on this year. And as I think about that, I have an idea about a game, an activity we could do together.
Okay, what's the game?
All right, well, what if you and I go back and forth and we say a milestone, and if that milestone occurred in your life, you can wave your ribbon, or you could even stand up and wave your hands in the air if it was like a pretty big deal. Does everyone have a ribbon? Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Whew. Pass the ribbons around if you need. You can also just wave your hands in the air. We all
Whatever
have
feels
natural
good
rhythms.
to you. Okay, I'll go first.
Perfect.
All right. Stand up or wave your ribbon if this year you went somewhere you've never been before. Maybe a vacation or a new restaurant. Okay, wow, that's cool. All right, awesome.
Stand up or wave your ribbon if you made a new friend this year. Oh, that's so nice.
All right, stand up or wave your ribbon if you read a good book.
Whoa, all right, we need to compile a first few book lists, perhaps?
Some recommendations maybe at coffee hour?
Wave your ribbon if you found a new musical artist to listen to this year. Yeah, Beverly Glenn Copeland, perhaps?
All right, stand up or wave your ribbon if you've added someone new to your family, either by birth or by love or even adopting a furry friend. Okay, that's so exciting.
Okay, wave your ribbon if you had to overcome a challenge this year, whether it was at work or at home or in your relationships. Yeah. Oh, life. Oh, life.
All right, stand up or wave your ribbon if you did something that scared you this year. Okay, look at how brave we are.
Did anyone go skydiving? Any skydivers in the room? No. Okay. Wave your ribbon if you learned something new about yourself this year. It's part of life too, isn't it? Those growing edges.
Absolutely. All right, stand up or wave your ribbon if you felt love from someone else this year. Let's take a second to think of that person and wish them well.
Wave your ribbon in whatever way feels right if you had a moment of loss this year. Maybe you lost someone you loved, or something you love, or something that wasn't meant to be yours in the first place. Just take a second to honor that memory, that being.
Stand up or wave your ribbon if someone or something brought you immense joy this year. Okay, take a second and once again, wish that memory well.
Thanks for that, Mac. It felt
Thank
good
you.
to wave my ribbon at this year.
At this year, yeah.
Goodbye.
Right? Well, now let's look ahead to Children's Chapel. But first, we have to do our Children's Chapel blessing. We are Unitarian Universalists, people with open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands. Come join me downstairs for a fun craft.
Thanks, Matt.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the light of us
We come now to our time for offering. In honor of Pride Month, our half plate this week supports Out Maine, building welcoming and affirming communities where Maine's LGBTQ+ youth thrive. Out Maine, a national leader in designing rural, community-based, prevention-focused programming, lifts up queer youth in Maine, building connection, confidence, life skills, and hope for the future. Examples of their programming are in your order of worship. Know that these programs are spaces where LGBTQ+ youth can be their most authentic selves. Your support today is greatly appreciated. For those in the sanctuary this morning, we will be passing the offering plate to one another. For those gathered with us online, you are invited to make your offering using the donate button in the order of worship or by dropping a check in the mail. Thank you.
Still don't know what I was waiting for, and my time was running wild, a million dead-end streets, and every time I thought I'd got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face me, but I never caught a glimpse of how the others must see the faker. I'm much too fast to take that test. Changes, turn and face the strange. Changes, don't wanna be a richer man. Changes, turn and face the strange. Changes, there's gonna have to be a different man. Time may change me, but I can't trace time. I watch the ripples change their size, but never leave the stream of warm impermanence, and so the days flow through my eyes, but still the days, they seem the same. And these children that you spit on as they try to change their worlds are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware what they're going through. Changes, turn and face the strange. Changes, don't tell them how to grow up and out of it. Changes, turn and face the strange. Changes, where's your shame? You've left us hairs up in our necks and it. Time may change me, but you can't trace time. Strange fascination fascinating me. Changes are taking the pace I'm going through. Changes turn and face the strange. Changes. Oh, look out, you rock and rollers. Changes turn and face the strange. Changes. Pretty soon now you're gonna get older. Time may change me, but I can't trace time. I said that time may change me, but I can't trace time.
Do you want to do Ziggy Stardust?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Actually, we're going to do our song of thanksgiving. Will you rise in body and spirit and join in the short verses of our song of thanksgiving? Thank you all for your generosity. You may be seated. How faithful the tide that has carried us, that carries us now out to sea and back. Last August, the Board of Trustees kicked off this church year with a multi-day retreat. We wanted to get together, get everyone's voice in the room, and get comfortable with each other so we could be authentic in our shared ministry and shared leadership. Put simply, we needed to get into gear and get in relationship. To loosen us up for this developmental work, our facilitator began the retreat by handing out a sheet of paper to each of us. On it was a picture of a ship, a pirate ship to be exact, that was crowded with little stick figures engaged in all kinds of activities. Everything from steering the ship and swabbing the deck and raising the anchor to flying a kite, pretending to be a shark, and firing a cannon into the ship. Next to each figure was a number. Which of these figures illustrates your role in church groups? Our facilitator asked. And then, after we'd gone round sharing numbers of figures who illustrated our leadership style, she asked, which of these figures do you need with you to do your best? And then, after that go around, she invited us into reflection, asking, which of these figures is missing from this group? The conversation this activity inspired was rich. It was humble, hilarious, brave, absurd, hopeful, authentic. When the retreat ended, I took that pirate ship home with me and I put it on the fridge, where it has remained to this day. Many mornings, as I wait for the coffee to brew, I find myself staring at it, sometimes pondering what my leadership style is or who I need as a first mate that day. But more often than not, when I look at it, I ask myself something along the lines of, all right, Hill, where are we at today? This week, as I pondered how to craft this penultimate service of the church year, this service of milestones and transitions that directly precedes our annual meeting, the time when we will vote on new board members, I couldn't help but return to this pirate ship and invite you all aboard. You probably already found it, but if not, this action-packed maritime image is included in your order of service this morning, with 2 questions above it for you to ponder. Looking back on this year and the joys, sorrows, and concerns that you welcomed or resisted or accepted or ignored, who were you on the pirate ship of life this year? Anyone care to share? Captain. Number 6 at the steering wheel? Yeah, Dorothy? Number 2. Oh, you had your binoculars up in the what's that thing called?
Crow's nest.
Crow's nest, thank you. Number 18. Oh, Ruth. Oh, I'm glad. Number 8? Oh, yeah. Anchors aweigh. All right. And with the wisdom and experience you gleaned from it all this year, who are you now as you sail into the summer? Okay, a number 9, a number 10 because I'm always cleaning. Number 9, I feel that, yep. 20, yeah. 20 looks pretty nice. I could go for number 7 this summer too. Just 3. Number 3, yep, flying that kite. Cool, beautiful. Sure, we can get big with a reflective activity like this. We can get macro and try to sum up all the aspects of ourselves within the confines of a little dude clinging for dear life on a bowsprit. I also see you, number 4, there, and feel you, buddy. But let's also remember the truth of our experience. We are complex beings in relationship with other complex beings. So if those questions that sum up the year and sum up your summer ahead are too big, perhaps just keep it simple today and ask yourself, all right, where am I at? Where am I at today? And wherever you are at, let me say to you, welcome. No matter who you are, who you love, where you're from, where you're at, you're welcome here, even if you're seasick today or you're wearing your shark suit. We are glad you're here. We're better off for it. Because the truth of the matter is that we are all of those figures. We're all of them. And we're all on this ship together. And we need each other along the way. The head abbot of Zen Mountain Monastery in New York, a man named Shugen Roshi, recently explained in a talk that the purpose of Sangha, which is the Buddhist word for spiritual community, the purpose of Sangha is to offer a place for people to enter. Or in other words, the purpose of church is to offer a place for people to enter. And when we enter sacred spaces like this, we are able to encounter others and be encountered by others and say, I see you. you see me. Or, more realistically, try to see me as I try to see you. Because, of course, things are not as they appear. All that you see when you see me is not all that I am, and all that I see when I see you is not all that you are. That's true. Things are not as they appear, but it's also true that things are as they appear. Because I do see you, I see that you are real, alive, feeling. I see your humanity, and as a fellow human being, I can get a gist of what it must sort of be like to be you. Here in this place of peace and friendship, I practice relationship with you when I try to see you in your complexity, when I celebrate the fact that you change from day to day. By trying to see you, I remember that there is no one in the history of the universe who has ever been exactly like you. And here you are, and here I am, in this sacred space that we have entered. That's why churches, spiritual communities, exist, to remember these things and practice remembering these things. And let's remember, friends, churches do not arise from nothing. We create them. So what have we created this year from who we are? What have we created by seeing each other and being seen by each other and trying to see each other and trying to be seen by others? In a couple of weeks at the UU General Assembly, delegates from every UU congregation in the country will be given the opportunity to vote on a revised theological framework for our faith. We've discussed this revision here at First U, known as the Shared UU Values. This framework is an update to the UU principles that have guided us for the past 30 or so years. It recasts them as the 7 values of our faith. These values were our monthly themes throughout the year: interdependence, justice, generosity, pluralism, transformation, equity, and love. Many UUs are thrilled with this development. A handful have their cannons pointed at the ship. And a broad swath of us are kind of neutral about the whole thing. To me, more than how I feel about the values or the principles, this revisionary process is about honoring and leaning into what it means to belong to a living faith. Our faith is a living faith. And the one truth about living things is that things that are alive must change. How excellent that in this spiritual community, in this faith, we are not expected to stay the same. In fact, we are encouraged to change. Complexity, authenticity, change, life is welcome here in this place we've entered. Your complex, authentic, changing life is welcome here. I see you. I see you. It's good to see you. I'm glad we're here. A church is a place to enter, and I am so glad you've come in. I close this short reflection with a poem of blessing by Lucille Clifton, entitled "The Blessing of the Boats." May the tide that is entering even now the lip of our understanding carry you out beyond the face of fear. May you kiss the wind, then turn from it, certain that it will love your back. May you open your eyes to water, water waving forever, and may you, in your innocence, sail through this to that. May it be so, and anchors away, me mateys. Yep. Well, this is the time we come to our quiet in the service, and how perfect to be graced with an alarm. There we go. Will you take a breath with me as we begin our time of meditation and quiet, this time to reflect on the events of the past week or month or year. Look forward to what might come in the moments, days, and summer months ahead. Offer prayers of loving kindness to those in need of loving kindness. Or, of course, just be here now in the preciousness of your life. Following our time of quiet, all will be welcome to come forward and light a candle for a joy or sorrow you hold today, as well as a milestone or transition you wish to honor from this past year. But first, will you join me in taking a deep, refreshing breath in, a calming breath out, and enter into this sacred time of silence. And I invite you to bring it near now as we'll close our service today by honoring the bright, complex life of our community by passing a light to one another. The light of our inherent, authentic goodness, the light that guides our spiritual journeys onward. The light, the flickering light of our living faith. Friends with us virtually today, if you have a candle at home, bring it near now and light it with us. And if you feel comfortable, you could even turn on your video so you could see each other and each other's light. Here in the sanctuary, when the flame is passed to you, tip your unlit candle towards the one that is lit. Do not tip the lit candle. Do not tip the lit candle. Take your time with this. I will be at the ends of each pew to pass the light to you. And just take your time, enjoy the silence and the simplicity of passing the light to each other. as you hold this light, just relax and look at the flame. Let the joys you experience this spring and winter and fall arise in your mind. Don't overthink it, just let them come. Moments you felt a great love for someone. Moments you felt loved. Days of satisfying work. Bowls of nourishing food. Time spent in a beautiful place. You carried a light in you through each of these experiences, a light that is always with you. May you be open to receive this light. And now let the sorrows you experienced this spring, this winter, last fall, arise in your mind. Don't overthink it, just let them come. Moments of disappointment or regret. Moments you felt disconnected or insecure. Moments when you just got fed up. Loved ones, beloved ones that you lost. And loved ones that you miss, and maybe always miss. You carried a light within you through all of these challenging experiences. A light that is always with you. May you be open to receive this light. Taking a breath here, looking into this flame, let all the beings you love roll through your mind. Let them be illuminated by this light, blessed by your love. Don't overthink it, just let them come. You might be surprised by who appears. As though this light was shining on each of these beings. Just feel a glow of love within you for them. And from this place with love at your center, take a breath of love now for yourself. Let this light of love shine on you and within you. The light of your inherent, authentic goodness. that is always with you. Now look up and perhaps lift your light. Look to those around you, everyone here with their light, each shining in unique ways. May we be open to all of this light. May we see it and try to see it. May ours be seen. May we all keep trying to see each other's. Take a breath here, and with a prayer of bright love for all friends gathered here and beyond, blow out your candle. And feel that that light still remains. May we be forever open to it and receive it each day. Our closing hymn is number 318, We Would Be One. Will you again rise in body and spirit and join in singing, my friends?
We would be one as now we come and sing our gift of love to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of great
And will you remain risen for our closing time of benediction? May all beings be free of suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings experience profound joy and the causes of profound joy. May we all see and be seen and know and be known, and may we all get free. And will you say the words of the unison benediction with me now? For those who come here seeking God, may God go with you. For those who come embracing life, May life return your affection for those who come to seek a path. May a way be found and the courage to take it step by step. You may be seated. Our annual meeting will start momentarily. In the meantime, we have a postlude sing-along. The lyrics of Blowin' in the Wind are in your order of service if you'd like to sing. And if you plan to stay for our annual meeting and need to take a little bathroom break or need to have a little dance break, this is your time to do that. We will start right after the song. Thanks, Sam.
How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? And how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yes, and how